we were going to read three passages actually from the book, and I thought what I'd do is just kind of focus a little bit on the three main characters, starting with Bill, and then Marion, and of course the femme fatale, Libby.
Sounds good.
Yeah, just as a way to kind of introduce folks to the book. So very short. Well, let's start with Bill.
Yes,
obviously, please. And so this is the beginning of the book, and he's sitting down with Anna Carey, his gallery manager, confidant, et cetera, and he's thinking about Marion. He sees a waitress who reminds him of Marion. And so, chapter 2. Bill was distracted from Anna Carey's gossip by the petite waitress who reminded him vividly of Marion Barclay when she was around 14, that essential summer out on Bad Bob Island on Lake Mollybush. Marion was radiant as a polished gem, a lithe diamond with black bangs dripping wet, coming out of the water like a nymph dripping sharp charms of light. That time of the Big Bang that set their universe in motion and had continued to expand over nearly half a century. Yeah, I got to tell you, with these run-on sentences, you got to take a deep breath when you start on this, or you're going to pass out halfway through that.
Good hook. I love that hook.
So now we're going to talk about Mary, and of course, later on in the book, Bill's arrived, and he's on his way out to Bad Bob, open up his camp for the summer, and he's running into Libby. And so Marion, of course, much to her chagrin, has been to Valentina's unisex and had her hair done and her nails and the pedicure and the whole thing. So she's sitting on her front porch watching Bill, after an encounter with Libby, get into his little boat and head out. So Marion pulled out the tissue between her toes and admired her newly painted blood-red toenails that matched her trimmed, newly painted blood-red fingernails and the blood-red lipstick she had put on, and that had pretty much not survived a bevy of ounce-and-a-half drinks, and put the barrel of John Connolly's, who was Bill Burnham's grandfather, old single-shot caliber rifle between the big toe and the index toe of her right foot. She sighted down the barrel. She sighted on the woman sitting at the end of the concrete wharf. The woman was looking up at the sky. Silly woman. What was there up there except stars? Marion shifted her foot and took a bead on the red rear running light of Bill's Doral, Belle Verte. She reckoned that if she elevated the barrel slightly and took into consideration a light breeze off the hills to her right, she could park a little piece of lead right between his ears. Marion took aim. Welcome home, Bill. Well, yeah, I still find, I've been living this book for a long time. I still find that passage funny. Okay, so finally, let's introduce everybody to Libby. So this is later on the book's actually halfway through the book, and Bill finally gets her out on the island, and they're talking about, the nude modeling and stuff like that. So they're sitting on the deck, and Bill lets it drop that Marion has has a habit of staring at him through binoculars from her front porch, checking up on him. And Libby didn't like that. So, and of course, Libby and Marion, they're not quite getting along, obviously. So, Libby's kind of buying into this nude modeling thing, and because there's money involved. And so they're sitting on the deck, and she says to Bill, "Maybe you just need to practice drawing a little," Libby said, whispering. "Years ago, I wasn't a bad draftsman. Maybe it would all come back. I'm dubious. Maybe we could undubious you. It's nice here on the dock in the sun." "It is. Say we give Marion some serious privacy to invade." No, best not." Libby started to unbutton her denim shirt. Bill's left side brain said no, but said it with so little conviction that the vocal communication, never made it out of that part of his brain. The right side of his brain levered him into action, and he went up the stairs, and when he came down, he carried a sketch pad and a soft lead pencil. Libby had cast off her shirt and stepped out of her jeans and stood before him in just a white bra and panties. She did a little pirouette and flounced her ponytail. Well, you know what? It's Marion's obviously watching this. I'll leave it there because I think that introduces what goes on to kind of may or may not happen on the dock and later up in the thing. So, yeah,
I think those three passages set things up very nicely.
Yeah, so there's the three main characters.
Yeah. So, Jim, you've been writing for quite a while, and
Does it show? You can tell, can you?
So, what advice would you have, if any, for a new writer coming along?
You know, for anyone in a lot of different endeavors, I always go back to sorry, it's bothering me there. Samuel Beckett said about things in general. He said, of course, Samuel Beckett, Waiting for Godot, and Malone, and other stuff, and who Morley Callahan, who would have met in Paris. Anyway, he said, ever tried, ever failed, no matter. Try again, fail better. I think that says it all. You know, if you're doing anything that it doesn't work out, well, try again.
And just another way of saying, if you're going to be a writer, write.
Right. Yeah. I hope I got the quote right. It's actually here somewhere on my computer, but of course, can't find it when you want it. Oh. Anyway, that was it. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.